diys-by-dar, and this week I am going to take this bench and flip it as part of the Mirror Challenge hosted by Krystal from the Krafty Creech and Jenna from the Junk Princess Furniture Designs, and it was a mirror of a Flippin bunch gals piece. So let's get into it. Okay, I have to hurry up and get in my little barn here where my chicken stuff is and get out this piece of furniture I've had hidden in here. My husband hasn't seen. Can you guys find it? Can you guys find it? Oh my, it's sitting on top of the bale of hay here. Let's see if I can get it one-handed. There it is. All right, it was $5 at Goodwill, and my friend Krystal, she's done a couple of benches, and I think she even did one with her husband. Her husband helped her do one. So, well, I won't get that, but let's get into this and see what's going on with it. It's a really nice solid piece. The bench is nice and even, nice and solid. The top was a little bit dirty, so let's get this seat off, remove all these screws, and see what I'm working with this seat. And oh, look it, there go the screws in the pocket, just in case. I'm glad I have this on film. That's where they went. So I got the top off from the frame. And while I'm here, I am going to tighten all the legs. Okay, it's Raiders of the Lost Beach Glass. I have an offer to go to the beach, and I better take it. I'm not sure how I'm going to feel afterwards with this lupus deal, but I'm going to finish up with tearing this off when I get back. So let's go to the beach and I will show you what I found. The beach was a bust. I had a few rocks and just one piece of beach glass. So I'm going to continue to rip this off. Checking it over, it's looking pretty clean even underneath, and what I did was put this out in the sun just to irradiate from the sun. And now I have some Loctite spray adhesive. I'm going to take the board and spray that and put this cushion back on in the best spot I can from where it was at, because it has the indentation where the corners kind of went around the wood. So it kind of puffed out around the outside edge. I did get it in place, pressed it down firmly. This will help me when I go to put my material on. And here it is, a heavy upholstery, which I purchased a long time ago for a different project. Perfect for this one. I'm going to measure it up to make sure that I have enough material to pull around these edges to go ahead and staple them in place. And I am going to get out my heavy duty new master staple nailer, and I'm putting in some 18 gauge, I think they're 1/4 inch staples to get this upholstery in place. And I'm just putting some staples in. You have to put the battery pack, of course, on this for it to operate. Once you slide that on and it's in place, there is a orange button which you can press and a light will turn on, and then you know you're activated. There's a light and you're ready to go. I like to take and go across from each piece, and go all sides across from each other, and then just continue to make your way around until you get to the corners. And then corners, I approach them differently depending on what you have for a corner. This one is slightly rounded, so I need to take it tight around that corner and pull it tight and get that material so it's snug. Once I get the initial piece down, I'm going to staple that in place, and then I can go from there. Now I just have this piece I need to fold over the top, and I need to get it in such a way to cause the least amount of wrinkling going down that side and pulling that edge away from the corner so you don't see it and it is underneath the seat. So once I get it in place, I'll put a staple in and I am pretty much done. I'm going to go around and check it and pull any areas that look bulgy down and straighten them up, because like I said, this was a puffy cushion. So I just wanted to bring that in alignment a bit better. And when I get this portion done, I am ready to go ahead and put my backing on. And what I chose, what I had at hand, was this feather weight fusible. And it is for clothing. And I tried it the first way. It did not go on. You need to have it on material for it to stick. So I adhered it just on the material. It worked well. It kept it in place. But in the end, I still did put some staples in it because I did not want it to come off and the frame of the stool would be covering this area anyway. So there is the seat portion all completed. I'm ready to get into the wood portion. I'm going to use my surf prep with a foam coarse pad. As you can see, this piece is super duper shiny. It is a veneer with a heavy, thick, clear coating on it. I need to get this scuffed up. You can see it's just like glass. I need to take that down a bit. And then I'm going to use some Dixie Belle bonding boss on this. I'm going to get it all wiped off, all the dust, and then get any of my scratches repaired with Gorilla Wood Filler. It's a little bit watery, which I like for a skim coat. When you have a lot of scratches like this, I just like to put it on and usually just use my fingers and just push it into all those scratches. Let that dry, and then the next day take like a 220 and just hit it lightly and get the grit off and leave it smooth. So there is my bonding boss. I love this stuff. I gave this piece 2 coats. It will give it a surface to stick to. It helps with stains and it helps with odors. So you get it all. I did put 2 coats on. Now I need to decide on the paint color. That was difficult. I wanted that dark blue, but I just couldn't mix it up with the colors I had. I don't know. I need some help on that one, Lau. I used Annie Sloan Givany in this bright blue. On all of the feet was how I started. I want to blend these like my friend Krystal. She can blend at the drop of a pin here. Me, not so much. Now I have Dixie Belle Pure Ocean. I'll put a line of that in on all the legs. And the very last will be Dixie Belle and Cotton because it is the brightest white that I have. So I need to get a base coat down and I'll bring that white back down and then it is going to be time to blend. So I have wet my edges again and I am just stippling because this is kind of a small area to try to brush blend. So I stipple blended, and it seemed to work out okay for me. The stippling did add very slight texture, not a lot. I'll still be able to put all of my transfers on that I'm planning to put on. So this was what I ended up with. And I blended that dark up into the lighter, and the last will be bringing that white down. And now I'm hesitating. I'm hesitating. I'm hesitating, and there she goes. My paint dried a bit, so I had to go back and get my edges wet again, but I just continued with that first layer around just to start that movement and get a peek at it. I went back in with my white and a little bit more of that pure ocean and just tried to stipple that in a little bit better of a blend. And I was happy with it. I have to get the backs of the legs, and the fronts I was happy with. Now I have this 2X matte clear in Rust-Oleum. I need to spray this. A lot of transfers, and here they are, require that your surface be sealed. These are redesigned by Prima, Saltwater Life. I'm not sure if they even still have this pattern. It may be retired. I put my first fish on, and I forgot to hit record. So here I am burnishing it down, and we will catch you with a couple more. I'm going to go ahead and get my fish on there, and I will burnish the whole thing first with the burnishing stick. And then I'll go back and I'll start to get my finger underneath there, and then just rub up and down, and I separate it. And as my finger goes up and down, I'm pushing that transfer down, and you basically can pop it off relatively easy. I'll show you again on this one. I give it the once over first with my transfer stick. These were going on nicely for the age that they were, but like they tell you, keep them in their containers. So lift that up, get your finger underneath there. I'm ready for my fingernail. I might hit something like that, and then around the edge again, and get your finger up and down. And that one just basically flew right off for me. So I have started. I'm Krystal. I couldn't do it. The maximalist came out in me, and this is what I ended up with. So I couldn't help myself. I am going to seal this with some Minwax Polycrylic Max with this sponge. It is a 1-coat top coat, and I need to seal my transfer, so I'm going to give this 1 coat. It goes on nicely for how thick it is, and quite pleased with how it turned out. Once I get it covered and it's dry, I will put the seat back on with the screws that I now know are in that pocket. Here is the piece when I started, and here it is now. What a cute little beauty. Oh, thank you so much for watching. I am Dar from diys-by-dar. Check out the Mirror Challenge playlist. I will have it in my description, and check out and see what other artists have created that looks like something the Flippin bunch made. Now, speaking of the Flippin bunch, we have our own channel now. So it's YouTube at the Flippin' Bunch for our lives every Wednesday night. And once again, please like and subscribe. I want to thank you for watching and catch me on the next one. Happy Memorial Day!